The Story of Samba Paria, Part 5, The Final Battle. At that time, Samba Paria was still filled with worry. She knew the cruel king would not stay silent once he realized she had escaped from the palace. It was very likely that he would come after her and try to take her back by force. Inside their small wooden house, Samba Paria and her younger brother thought carefully about how they could face the king. They knew they did not have much time. Samba Paria then prepared a powerful mixture. She crushed many red chili peppers and moringa leaves, then mixed them with water and kitchen ash until it became thick, like dough. They also gathered seeds from the forest and cooked them until oil came out. Then, they searched for large, sharp stones and placed them beneath their house, which stood high on wooden pillars among the trees. Because they were used to living in the forest, Samba Paria and her brother could sense when someone entered the area. Soon enough, they knew the king was coming. They spread the oil around the porch of their house and sprinkled chili flour all over the door. Not long after, the king arrived, filled with anger. He climbed the stairs with heavy steps and banged loudly on the door. He pushed and pressed the door roughly, trying to force it open. Slowly, Samba Paria opened the door while holding a bowl filled with the chili mixture, ash, moringa leaves, and pepper. The moment the door opened, she threw the mixture straight into the king's eyes. The king screamed in pain. His eyes burned badly, and he rubbed them desperately with his hands. Suddenly, he could not see anything at all. Blinded and confused, the king staggered forward, searching for something to hold on to. Samba Paria gently pushed him toward the edge of the porch, where the floor had been covered with oil. The king slipped and fell hard to the ground below. He died instantly when his neck struck the sharp stones that had been placed there by Samba Paria and her brother. Seeing this, the guards were shocked. They immediately fled back to the palace to report the death of the king. The news spread quickly throughout the land. People were amazed by Samba Paria, the young girl who had defeated such a cruel ruler. She was praised as a hero who had freed the land of Mandar from tyranny. Some people urged Samba Paria to take the throne and become the new ruler, but she only smiled gently and said that the glitter of the palace had never blinded her heart. She wished to live peacefully with her brother in their parents' old home. The palace was now without a king. When the news reached the palace, the guards, the fortune teller, and even the many queens who had lived under fear returned to their families. That night, Samba Paria's wooden house stood quietly under the moonlight. Fireflies flew around, lighting the darkness with their soft glow. Samba Paria and her brother never stopped thanking God for saving them from the cruelty of the king of Bumi Mandar. From that day on, not only Samba Paria and her brother, but all the people of Bumi Mandar lived in peace. Moral of the story. The story of Samba Paria teaches us that courage can defeat cruelty. Power must be used with responsibility. Wealth and authority are temporary, but good deeds last forever. Standing for justice is always worth the risk. Even the smallest person can change the world if they are brave enough to stand for what is right. The end.